Hello everybody, this is your friend Darren Emon, the master of shenanigans, and welcome to another episode of Quick Draw. Your favorite character is drawn in 10 minutes or less. Today I decided to do something a little bit different. I've been bouncing back and forth from Marvel and DC, and that has omitted one of my favorite comic book characters of all time, Dark Horse Comics, a Mike Mignola creation. If you know comics, you know I'm talking about Hellboy. Let's get to it. Okay, we have our stopwatch here, pencil, ink. We are ready to draw Hellboy. Here we go, 10 minutes or less. Start with a big old melon here. And I have to keep reminding myself not to get all crazy in the layout, because what happens is that I work, as you guys know, or if you don't, you do now. This account is not monetized, so I work all day, in which I can kind of take my time, and then I have to, and then I decide to do these quick draws, and all of a sudden I gotta kind of loosen up, you know? Which is good, which couldn't be better. I need to, the looser, the better. The only problem is that if I'm doing cleanups on a comic book page, then the pencils are really tight. And if that's what I'm doing all day, I'm kind of stuck in that mode, right? Because if I'm just coming back from a life drawing class where we have, where we're working with models, well, now all of a sudden I'm loose and I can draw really fast. But anyway, let's try and remember to just keep these pencils as simple as possible in order to get. Okay, so we're already at 2 minutes here, and I am just going to use his trench coat as like a framing device. Let's give him a neck here as thick as a paint can, and here will be the trench coat. And as you can see, that kind of frames him nicely. Works as a framing device. And Hellboy has these giant sawed-off horns on his head. And if I remember correctly, he has kind of like Wolverine sideburns. And he has like a bald head with sort of like a samurai type thing coming out the back. Okay, we're at 3 minutes. Let's go straight with the ink. Let's have, let's really make him Hellboy here. Yeah, there we go. You know, it's funny, the last Hellboy movie that came out got really bad reviews, and it came out the same time as Miss Marvel, which got phenomenal reviews. And although I saw the Hellboy movie as very flawed, I much preferred it to the Miss Marvel film. So there you go. Can't always agree with the critics, right? Miss Marvel film I didn't really care for all that much, to be honest. still think my favorite, if I think of Marvel films, my favorites are Captain America, the Winter Soldier, first 3 Avengers films. The last one, Endgame, I didn't care for that much. The Spider-Man films, they're doing a great job. Finally got the character right after all these years. But yeah, definitely the first Hellboy film is my favorite. The second one, The Golden Army, is good, although again very flawed. Don't really have time to get into why. Maybe that should be my next thing, Darren's comic book movie reviews. Alright, we're at 5:16. And I'm just going to kind of keep the cigar here as a light source, so kind of going away from that is going to be my shaded areas. And kind of planned ahead of time to do this trench coat as like a framing device, because I don't have time in 10 minutes to do the entire torso, so we'll just put some thick holding lines on here and allow that to be the cutoff point. Okay, the light's coming here. He's going to have oh no, perfect time for my marker to be done. Well, hey, dye and marker does give me a nice dry brush effect with the shading here. Okay, light's coming up, cast shadow on top of the horns. It's kind of cool because every quick draw I've done until now, I do believe that I've had the light source coming from the top. Okay, let's kind of get in with some cross hatching, some shading here, a little bit of Hellboy stubble. And now apologies for the shaky cam, because when I erase, as you can see, the cam is going to get a little bit shaky. And finally, last couple of little touches here. Give him some weight by putting some shadow underneath his collars. And little, oh curses, I should have had the whiteout prepped, because we're already at, oh you know what, we got time for this one. Okay, remember that last Spider-Man that I did? Man, I bit off more than I can chew there. But managed to get it done. This one, easy peasy, nice and easy. Stop. There we go, 8:43. And consider this me making up, because I actually kind of cheated on the last couple that I did. I stopped it just before 10 and did what I'm doing now, which is kept kind of tooling with it. So that is definitely a cheat. And I'm looking at it now, and I see things I want to add, but I'm forcing myself to stop. Because, you know, your friend, the Master of Shenanigans, is in fact a cheater, and I'm not even going to try and pretend that I'm not. But let's keep this the way it is. There we go. You're a Hellboy, 10 minutes or less. Please remember to click the link to like and subscribe, and also please write down the name of a character that you want me to do next. So I just picked Hellboy because, well, I explained it in the intro, and he's one of my favorite all-time characters, but by all means, please write down who you would like to see me draw in the next quick draw. And if it's not a manga character that I've never heard of, but an actual kind of comic book character that I like, I will definitely do that next.